Hi everyone. Oh my god, it's still January. We've gotten the snow and not too much of the ice, but south of us is pretty bad. But anyway, it's January. It's my favorite sous chef's birthday just about. So I am getting ready by making cupcakes for his party and for his birthday. We're gonna be doing Funfetti cupcakes with kind of a Spider-Man color scheme because that's the theme for his birthday party this year. All right, let's get to it. All right here we have got 1 3/4 cups cake flour. Now we're going to be adding in the rest of our dry ingredients to do a total of 3/4 teaspoon baking powder. So we have to do the 1/4 and the 1/2 teaspoon. Because I don't know of any that give you a 3/4 teaspoon measurement, but maybe it's out there somewhere. Then we've got a 1/4 teaspoon baking soda and a 1/4 teaspoon salt. All right, we're going to sift that together. One sec. For this amount, I'm just going to use a fork. Do it. All right. We're going to set our dry ingredients to the side and get to our wet ingredients now. All right. We've got 1 stick of butter or 1/2 cup, either way you want to measure it, that is softened, that we're going to be getting all nice and creamy until we add our sugar here in just a sec. That sped up a little. I still haven't figured out that thing, so again, anyone who has any knowledge that saves me from having to just straight up buy a whole new KitchenAid, I'd appreciate it. Okay, all right, got that. Now we're going to add in a cup of sugar. Check back with that. Now we're adding in 3 egg whites that we have let come to room temperature. And then it's going to be 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Now it's about out of that bottle. Sorry, I turned it off because I wasn't sure I was going to get the vanilla out timely and was worried about overdoing the batter. Okay, there's 1, and there's 2. Gonna kind of increase that a little. Right, now we're adding in 1/2 cup of sour cream, also that we let come to room temperature. You might be like, what? Just do milk or something like that, but really sour cream in cakes like this can give some really good moisture, and that tang with the sweet can really help bring it out in a way that doesn't just overpower with so much like sugar nonstop. So it's a really good flavor combo typically. Looking good. Gonna add in our dry ingredients. this down in a second and add our second to final ingredient. All right, our last ingredient is half a cup of whole milk, also at room temperature. Well, last to final, like this is the cake batter ingredient, I guess, if that's what I'm trying to say. You'll see. I mean, it's funfetti, like they're going to be funfetti. So obviously, sprinkles will be the last official ingredient. Just going to scrape down the sides a few times, make sure everything's well blended, and then do the sprinkles, because that's just a quick stir in and need everything else done before then. All right, and here's what makes it fun. Half a cup of sprinkles. So a quarter, it's Spider-Man colors, basic Spider-Man theme, so the red, white, and blue. So I did a quarter of the blue, a quarter of the red, as evenly as I could. Then I have preheated the oven to 350. I'm gonna spoon these into the cups and bake them, obviously. Check back in a minute. All right, so again, preheated to 350. Now we're gonna spoon. Each batch makes about a dozen cupcakes. So it's good. And they recommend filling about 2/3 of the way up so that it'll puff up enough but not too much. So we're gonna do that. But it'll check back when done. Now these are all gonna go in the oven for about 19 to 22 minutes. We'll make sure they're done, then we'll let them cool and move on to the frosting. Cupcakes are done and cooled, so we're gonna make the frosting. Got 2 sticks or 1 cup of butter, softened to room temperature. To get this nice and creamy, just like with the batter, I'll cut back when that's done. All right, now we're adding between 4 to 5 cups of powdered sugar. We're gonna do it gradually, just because don't want it flying everywhere. We'll check that. About at the 4-cup mark. Gonna add in the rest of our liquid stuff to then decide about that. So there's 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract going in. Then a 1/4 cup of whole milk at room temperature. I'm gonna be able to scrape down the sides. Right, so you see how it's doing. Still got about a couple of the powdered sugar. I am gonna add it because I would like it to be a bit thicker. It's just a little more than I want it to be, so we'll do that. Go, nice thickening up, just to get it to mix a little faster. That is a good consistency. All right, almost time then to frost and decorate. I'm going to show this in case I haven't. If you need to put stuff into a piping bag, putting it over glass helps you do it with far less mess. Check back. Right. Got our cupcake. We're just gonna pipe as evenly as we can, bearing in mind, of course, home baker. So we might have to just do some touch-up spots. As my Mima always said, as long as it tastes good, people don't care. Plus, these are gonna get sprinkled on very soon. There we go. So yeah. Bon appetit, I'll see you later, and happy birthday to my favorite person.